With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
Right at Night with Levin and Bongino. Right all day with Drew, Beck, Clay, and Buck. Hannity at 3 and Trey at 5. Yep, 92.5 Fox News is right all along.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma.
Jim Baker, once one of this nation's most powerful televangelists, now faces
blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain
This
and
is
no
Fox
downtime.
News
You
Talk.
can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment.
Get all of your
sexual
favorite
activities.
Fox News podcasts
Men, you don't have to
commercial-free on
suffer
Apple
anymore.
Podcasts
If you have
with
erectile
Fox News
dysfunction
Podcasts
or simply want
Plus.
to
From
improve
Dana
your
Perino,
sexual
Kennedy,
function,
Ben
call
Domenech,
Neogenics
the
at
Duffys, and many more.
277-277-9999
Subscribe now by going to
for a free
foxnewspodcasts.com.
consultation. That's Neogenics at
The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a
Calling
day.
out political
Featuring insight
theft
from
by
top
the left.
newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News
92.5
contributors. Listen and
WFSX
subscribe
Estero.
now by
Fox
going to
News.
foxnewspodcasts.com.
Right all along.
He'll leave the negotiations behind. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden will go to Capitol Hill this morning for one last round of talks before leaving for Europe without a deal on that almost $2 trillion social spending plan Democrats can't yet agree on. Fox's Gernal Scott.
The president's signature bills on infrastructure and spending continue to be of interest to world leaders. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the stalemates don't worry our allies.
They're seeing we're making progress. They're sophisticated. They're seeing we're on the verge of getting to a deal.
First stop for the president will be Rome ahead of a weekend G20 summit of world leaders. Then it's off to Scotland for a climate change summit next week. Back in Washington.
The issue is they can't agree how to pay for the Build Back Better bill, floating the idea of a billionaire's tax, though Senator Joe Manchin hasn't been a big fan.
You know, there's a lot going on with that, and it's very convoluted. I believe there's going to be, everyone's going to pay. I believe that we will end up where everyone must participate.
There's also the issue of what's in and left out of the bill. One of the president's key agenda promises, paid family and medical leave, could wind up on the cutting room floor, despite fierce opposition from within the party.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. Attorney General Merrick Garland got an earful at a Senate hearing from Republicans angry about his memo directing the FBI to investigate threats of violence to school board members, which Senator Chuck Grassley says has a chilling effect.
Local school officials and parents may not speak up in these meetings out of fear the federal government will do something to them.
But Garland insisted this has nothing to do with infringing on parents' free speech. Speaking out, Democratic Senator Dick Durbin says threats and violence have happened.
If you don't believe me, type school board violence into your computer and take a look at what's happening. It's happening all across the country. In my state, as I mentioned, a 30-year-old man arrested and charged with battery, disorderly conduct, after striking a school board member at a meeting.
America's listening to Fox News.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Heading out along I-75 northbound, we do have some ongoing construction starting to get out of the way near Colonial Boulevard and MLK Jr. Boulevard. The exit overnight to MLK off I-75 northbound was shut down. That should be back open, but you may notice some cones and barrels still out there and crews clearing the scene. Two right-hand lanes northbound starting at Colonial have been shut down as well, and some lighted arrow boards pointing you over into the left-hand lanes may still be out there as well. The rest of the interstate not seeing any major slowdowns. Clear out onto Alligator Alley and crash and incident free across the area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's a day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us that chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy. A high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday. And we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
The news doesn't wait.
And neither should you.
Breaking right now at 3, an update on a recent investigation.
Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference.
When it breaks.
Live in the newsroom.
Wink News now.
Wink News now. It breaks on Wink first.
Wink News.
Wink News.
Wink News now.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Tonight, Jared Padalecki is back as
Walker?
Ranger Walker.
It's been a long time.
An all-new season of the CW original hit series begins.
Texas is home.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Whoever's out there could be the killer or killers, plural.
And more trailblazing than ever.
That's enough! He started! Now let's end it!
Jared Padalecki stars as Walker, followed by Legacies. All new tonight on the CW. Tonight starting at 8 on the CW.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Oh, look at this. We're back. Hey, guy. This is the guy. What has 2 thumbs and is the epicenter of what's happening in Southwest Florida? This guy. You like that? Can you tell
it's pretty good.
You can tell I've been hanging around with 13-year-olds for about 5 days.
He's probably way cooler than you.
He is. My son is extremely cool, and that's a good thing. Hey, good morning, everybody. Glad to see you here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live at drewsteele.com. It's the website, Steele has 3 E's. Just go there, and you can watch and subscribe to the podcast, too. These headphones sound really strange. This box here sounds really odd right now. I don't know what's going on. Something changed while we were going. Yeah, no, it's not the crackly thing. It's just, it sounds, it sounds hollow. I don't know what it is. Here's a little inside baseball here in radio. If you go on vacation, when you come back, everything's different. Everything's changed. There are people here that you've never seen before.
This isn't my chair.
The chairs are different. The headphones don't sound. I don't know what happened. It's the strangest thing. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe that's the case at your job as well. Maybe that happens with you. But here, definitely, that's the kind of thing that goes on in radio. It is really odd. All right, coming up, a couple of things that we're going to get to, the bigger, finer stories. If you had a chance to watch Attorney General Garland yesterday on Capitol Hill and senators grilling him. Well, it depends on which senators you're talking about. If it's Democrat senators, they love him. He's doing a great job. They hate you. Listen, here's the thing. School boards, they're showing time and time again how they hate you. As parents, they despise you. The Attorney General, he does not like you. He fears you. Actually, he doesn't fear you. It's not any kind of fear that is legitimate, that's tangible, that they can point at and say, oh, there's the threat. It's this idea that there's a threat, and because the federal government can't do anything specifically about it, there's no federal police force, then what they have to do is get together with local and state police forces to try to bully up to them to say they have to bully up to you. And at which point I would reach out and say, when it comes to the Lee County Sheriff, the Collier County Sheriff, and the police departments around here, Fort Myers Police and others, don't do that, please. Don't treat parents that are concerned about the education of their kids like they're common criminals and like they're domestic terrorists, because we're not. And I know that you won't do that. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I am prayerful that we don't have law enforcement around here in Southwest Florida who feels like they should listen to the federal government accusing you of being domestic terrorists. And what did Attorney General Garland say when grilled by people like Senator Cruz and Senator Josh Hawley and Senator Mike Lee, others who really had legitimate questions about why we are being treated like domestic terrorists? Like, where did you come up with this? Where's your evidence? There's a lot to talk about today when it comes to the lack of evidence and things that are going on. So we'll get to that. That's one of the lack of evidence stories. We have school boards that have figured out a new way to get you. A new way. Well, it's in Minnesota. And I just want you to hear it because, again, this is how we just need more from school boards to convince us that you're not against us, that as elected officials, that you are doing what we are asking you and what we have elected for you to do, as opposed to going rogue and thinking that you're the ones that run the show. And even some evidence about some things that are happening with this disaster known as what? The Build Back Better boondoggle. What did we come up with? Build Back Better boondoggle? Is that what we're calling it? The Build Back, because we did this the other day, and maybe you want to text 239-479-5592 because it feels like an eternity that we did this. So, Jake, maybe jot down some of these or put a star next to the ones that are going to be texted in just a minute. What do we want to call this? The Build Back Better boondoggle? Do we want to call this the Build Back Better? I don't know what we call it. We have to come up with some clever catchphrase, and I don't remember what we had last time, because there were a lot of people that had a clever idea, but we got to get to that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something that was in the Wall Street Journal coming up as well in the opinion piece, the Bernie Sanders experiment for America's children. You know that there are some things that we're hearing about that are being taken out of this Build Back Better plan. And as the president has been very coherent on it, he's a
true international effort to pressure.
All right, well, maybe not. But the Build Back Better plan has been having bits and pieces of it pulled out of it to the point where it is it has Democrats beside themselves, that they're not sure what to do. I think who is it? Senator Manchin once again showing that he's not on board with every single thing that is popping. When it comes, right? Isn't that what they say? Popping? Isn't that what the kids say? Happening, popping? It's not popping? I thought it was popping.
I think like when I was in middle school.
Okay. Anyway, that there are certain things. The paid leave is the latest thing now to be cut out of this social spending package. After eliminating the billionaire tax as a source of revenue for their massive spending proposal, Democrats have now nixed plans to include a paid leave program in their social spending and climate change bill. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. The proposed program initially offered 4 weeks of paid leave, which was whittled down to The proposed program initially offered 4 weeks of paid leave, which was whittled down to 4 weeks, because I guess they wanted 8 weeks originally. They whittled it down to 4. Now it's been eliminated altogether, apparently. And so the White House is scrambling to bring Democrats together around this bill. Now it's got a $1.75 trillion price tag. Again, do not focus on the price. It's all about the policies and trying to make us more like Europe. And where that has been taken out, and that is good news, and where Senator Manchin has been pretty adamant about not having some of these things in there. He met with moderate Democrats, and Kristen Sinema did as well. Didn't know they were moderate Democrats. Just trying to figure out who they are. Well, Biden was meeting with Bernie Sanders yesterday afternoon. But there is something that still is in the bill that I'm going to get into more detail coming up probably in the 7 o'clock hour because it's going to take some time. And it has to do with that Wall Street Journal opinion piece about Bernie Sanders and the experiment for America's kids. Taxpayers won't be the only ones hurt by the reconciliation bill's pre-K program. I'm just telling you that pre-K is not a good thing. Sorry. And the Wall Street Journal piece spells it out in a couple of different ways, not the least of which is very simple. The government of the United States wants nothing more. And these are the liberals, the progressives, the Marxists. Believe me, Marxism's in there. These individuals want nothing more than to separate you from your kids, whether it's school boards and what they're doing and how they've gone rogue and if they're making the decisions as to what you can and cannot say with regards to critical race theory or transgender bathrooms or even their education in general. You have no say in this because you don't know what you're talking about. You have no control over your kids. Well, actually, when they're home, you can do whatever you want. But the minute we have our hands on your kids, they're ours. And that's the problem, everybody, because pre-K, as much as people don't want to believe this or think about this, pre-K, everybody, is the way that the government, that the Marxists, that the liberals will grab your kids and from the minute they have them, can indoctrinate them all the way up until they're 18 years of age and then hand them off to who? To you? Think about how much time they spend with your kids as opposed to how much time you spend with your kids. And you tell me if a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old needs to be in a pre-K, where do they need to be? Do they need to be with their parents, their mom, their dad, or do they need to be with a stranger, somebody that they don't know, who is going to take care of them at a very crucial time in their life so that you can, in their words, pursue your dreams? I mean, come on, ladies, let's be honest. I mean, and I know this is something that people don't like to hear. But come on, ladies. You spent a lot of time and effort to get that degree. You said that you had goals in your life. You had dreams. There are things that you want to do. You're going to let the birth of a child change that? You don't have to. You can have it all. Not only can you chase that dream and that job and that profession that you work so hard for, but you don't have to worry at all about your kids because they are in good hands. And they will be taken care of. Don't you worry. As a matter of fact, it'll be free. It will be free. That's the dirty little secret and the scary part of what pre-K in the Build Back Better plan is. That's the dirty secret, everybody. It's something that, man, I got to find that Nancy Pelosi clip way back in the, don't you remember wasn't it about, I don't know if it was Obamacare or I'm trying to remember what it was when Nancy Pelosi was talking about that now because you won't have to worry about healthcare anymore because, it's free. It's free healthcare. That's what it's going to be. Nobody's going to have to pay anything. You're not going to have to pay premiums. The idea of a premium to have to, remember what Obama was talking about at the time of premiums and come on now. I know, right. That you'll have a chance now to chase your dreams. Isn't that what it's all about? And why would you want certain things in life to hold you back? That's what this is. And I'm going to dig into this because you've got to hear this. I promise you at 7:05 is when we'll be talking about this. Don't miss this segment. It's an important one. It's one that it hurts. The truth about it, the reality of it's going to hurt, but you need to hear it. It's important about what they're planning on doing with your kids. Listen, you're willing to fight for them when they're in our public school system, and you're willing to go to the mat for them when it comes to what they're being taught and showing up at the school board meetings and not being deterred by some of what certain individuals like attorney generals and the White House and a president and some Democrat Marxists are out there saying about you and going after you with regard to you having the ability to say something about your kids. You're not going to be deterred by that. Well, you also need to hear this side, because this is the side that's the ugly side that is having you believe and putting you in a position where, hey, listen, if it's free and my kids can be taken care of, 3 years old, I can hand them off and I don't have to pay for it. And man, how much money that's going to save my family. And when I go to work and my husband goes to work and together, it's just going to be so helpful. Is it? Is it really? I mean, when it comes to your child, who you will go to the mat for, who you care about, is it really helpful? Has anybody ever asked the question, do we need pre-K? I mean, is there evidence to show that a child who's in pre-K is better off the start of their life, their future? Is it definable that you can look and say, wow, if they're in pre-K, look at how much better their education is, as opposed to the opposite? Well, there is evidence, and I'll give the answer away. The evidence shows that it's detrimental. It's not helpful. All right, so that's coming up. All right, I spent a lot of time on that, and that's not what I wanted to start off with. I wanted to start off with the senators and the attorney general from yesterday, and if you didn't get a chance to hear it, so let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how Florida's tied for the lowest daily coronavirus cases per capita in the United States. And isn't it a great thing that the news outlets here locally, every local news outlet is talking about this, because there's some positive news. Oh, they're not. That's right. Nobody's bringing up the positive side of it, are they? Yeah, you probably wouldn't know it if you didn't listen to this program. Why? You tell me. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, it's drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
American Airlines says one of its flights had to make an emergency landing in Denver last night after a passenger assaulted a flight attendant. Starbucks is raising workers' pay and making other changes as it deals with the challenging labor market. The company says all its U.S. employees will earn at least $15 an hour by next summer. Ticket prices are going up at Disney's California theme parks. One-day tickets will cost up to $164. Gas Buddy says San Francisco may be the first city to reach record-high gasoline prices as it inches closer to an average of $5 a gallon, and stocks pulled back a day after closing at a record high. The S&P 500 lost 23 points, the Dow dropped 266, but the Nasdaq eked out a gain. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777. 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3 and...
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Go low!
What's the latest on Low?
Can you watch TV without coming across yourself?
Believe me, there's a lot. I'm turning that channel. I'm like,
The charming Rob Lowe gives Rach the lowdown, plus a little puppy love.
come on. Is that cute or what?
Plus, a winner, one-pan chicken dinner.
The only thing that can make that more attractive is bread.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 10 on WXCW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty.
What?
They've all gone mad.
Who?
Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Where?
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler.
How?
During Moonlight Madness, Victory Lane's paying overbook value for trades, giving crazy discounts on new Chevys, and they don't scare customers away with insane high-pressure sales tactics.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because, Marty, you do. It's Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get over book value for your trade and save thousands on new Chevys. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys. And current Costco members receive an additional $1,000 off MSRP on most new Chevys in stock. And your credit pass can't haunt you anymore with our goal 100% credit approval. Don't miss Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 10/31/21.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later. Because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Hodges Funeral Home at Naples Memorial Gardens. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
An FDA panel gave the green light to the Pfizer vaccine for kids between the ages of 5 and 11. That's right, kids' vaccines are the best way to prevent the two things parents fear the most, COVID and homeschooling. Here's how the vaccine will work. Older kids can get Pfizer, younger kids can get Moderna, and the middle child can get Johnson & Johnson.
Easy, all right, whatever. Anyway. Hey, don't make fun of homeschooling. I'm telling you, there are more and more people doing what I'm doing in homeschooling, and that's how you do it. Get your kids out of... Right now, you get your kids out of public schools until we help to fix it, and then once we get everything fixed, you know, like maybe a school board that would be a little more representative of the community and less about telling you to get out, and now people are just saying, why? Like, what's the evidence? Like, why are we doing it? What's the evidence that 5 to 11-year-olds need when you consider the numbers and the science? And of course, we'll get to that. I know it's shocking to some people how you could even say something like that. That's outrage. Listen, you do you. That's what you want to do. But we could talk about the evidence and the numbers coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Seems like everything is overpriced these days, right? It's called market inflation. Hey, Aaron Walker here at Naples Nissan with some suggestions to help you take some air out of that inflation. Current gas prices? Ouch. Regular service checkups and maintenance will help you get better gas mileage. Get a free 20-minute checkup at Naples Nissan. All makes and models are welcome. Plus, get our $99 Inflation Fighter Alignment Special. Naples Nissan rents cars. Choose from over 100 rentals with rates starting at just $49 per day. Or get our Inflation Fighter Rental Special and pay just $9.99 for an entire month. And of course, you can still get the original base MSRP for your trade-in. If it's a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, then whatever it was worth when it was brand new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Come see us on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. See dealer for details.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We're here to make the spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden heads to Europe today, but first a stop at the Capitol to meet with House Democrats still trying to work out an agreement on the party's big spending plan and a bipartisan infrastructure bill.
They can't agree how to pay for the Build Back Better bill. The idea of a billionaire's tax has been floated, though it hasn't been warmly received by Senator Joe Manchin.
I believe that we will end up where everyone must participate.
One of the president's key campaign promises, paid family and medical leave, may also wind up on the cutting room floor.
That's Fox's Lauren Blanchard. A study in Brazil finds COVID-19 patients given the antidepressant fluvoxamine for 10 days got less sick than patients who got a placebo.
The difference in the two groups wasn't dramatic, but the researchers are encouraged. The study, published in the journal Lancet Global Health, says a course of treatment with the antidepressant would only cost $4.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Thursday morning, off to a clear, crash-free start on our roads across Southwest Florida. All of our overnight construction up and down I-75 is cleared, and we did have some closures out there near MLK Jr. Boulevard. No delays right now, and everything is open, getting on and off of 75. Heading out through Alligator Alley, should have a pretty easy ride if you're taking a trip toward the East Coast this morning. Even on the East Trail, not seeing any major slowdowns out there.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's the day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us a chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy. A high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday. And we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army. 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
In business, setbacks change everything. Fast, reliable Comcast Business Internet can help keep you ahead. And now you can add Security Edge. It helps protect every device that's connected, so you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Security Edge requires Comcast Business Internet.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, almost 2 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile-roof inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. License number CCC 057803. Call Papa now for our free tile roof inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile roof inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Coming up, the grilling of Attorney General Merrick Garland yesterday by senators is something to behold. And they hate you. They just absolutely hate you. The Attorney General hates you. The White House hates you. School board members hate you. It's just they just don't respect you. They look at you as domestic terrorists, and there's nothing that anyone is going. Even if the National School Board Association goes back on what they said and says, maybe the domestic terrorism was a little strongly worded. Maybe it was a little too much. Even if they were to do something like that, it doesn't matter. They still hate you. And I'll prove it coming up in just a second. By the way, everybody's getting ready for Halloween, right? We're still doing this thing. We're still doing. Here's my biggest concern. You want to know my biggest concern? Because we've already talked about this
So
off
we're not
the air.
doing Halloween?
Well, we talked about this off the air. Because you know how I feel in my family. And this is just me personally. It's not, listen, people love Halloween. People dress up. They love the bloody stuff and the gore and everything else. I think that's the problem is it went from, hey, look at me, I'm dressed like a clown to, hey, look, the clown's missing an arm and there's blood gushing out of it. And then there's a dead guy. And then there's all this. It kind of morphed into something else. And it's just for me and my family, I don't know, just taking the.
I'm going to be Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Right. So why can't people just be Shaggy from Scooby-Doo? Instead, it has to be Shaggy from Scooby-Doo,
But he's a murderer.
Right, but he's got blood all over his face, and he's missing an ear, and he's actually an artful guy. He likes fine quality art, and his ear is missing, and but he's bloody, and there's blood pouring out, and then there's somebody with him, and he's got a bag, and the bag is actually a hand, and it's a bloody hand. Why does it have to be all of that?
Just a green shirt.
I don't know. And then you have the issue with the candy. Like, how do you know how much candy you're supposed to give out, for example? How, like what you buy. Like, how do you have enough to make sure that you don't run out? Popular Mechanics has an article that says that they have a formula to tell you how much candy you need on hand for trick-or-treaters. A formula to figure out. That's what we have to do now. Now we have to figure out a formula to make sure we don't run out. Because what happens, Jake, if you run out? Then you're known as the house who ran out of candy. And if somebody shows up and you don't have any candy, what happens, Jake? What happens?
You get tricked?
Yeah, you get tricks. So then all of a sudden the trick's on you. It's like, why couldn't you just ask and I won't say the name, but why couldn't you just ask your smart device? Right? Couldn't you just ask your smart device and say, hey, smart device, I won't use the name because then it'll all go crazy. How much candy do I really need this weekend? Right? Like if I said, should I just say it?
Say it.
All right, here we go. Alexa, how much candy should I have this weekend?
To calculate your candy needs for Halloween, take the amount of time, multiply number of kids, times generosity. Next, multiply the number of days before Halloween by your household size. Add your sneakiness level, divided by your complete lack of discipline.
What?
Subtract your sugar addiction and add another bag if you are on your period.
Whoa!
In other words, get one Costco size bag for before Halloween, and another for the night of trick-or-treaters. One more because you're eating your emotions, and by judging your depressing music selections lately. In your Amazon order for extra stretchy yoga pants. You might want to double up on that candy order. Would you also like me to order you a blood test for diabetes? Good luck and happy Halloween.
That did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
Do I unplug it? Or?
Please do. Can you throw it out the window? We don't have a window. Can you just throw it against the wall? That's what we need to do. We need less devices. Did you see that video of I posted it on my Twitter account. There was a video of, again, people with devices. There was a video from, I don't know what country it was, but it was a bicycle race. They're coming down a hill. The guy is bicycling. He's got to be going like 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour on his bicycle. And a girl looking down at her phone crosses the street during a bicycle race, right in front of the guy. Bam, hits him. Did you see that video?
No, but I'm going to look at it right now.
I'll send it to you. It's horrific. Everybody's fine. He has a concussion. But it's horrific to watch because she's looking down at her phone. All right. Now, look, the important thing about Halloween is at least as we move on, we're not talking about, I don't know, Halloween. It's not like, I'm trying to think of the most ridiculous thing I could think of. It's not like the Michael Myers character, right? Isn't the Michael Myers character Halloween? Isn't there a new Halloween movie? Halloween?
Terrible.
It's terrible. Okay. Look, it's not like anybody is saying something like it's a...
Is everyone ever going to get the guy, by the way?
No.
It's like every year he just...
No, but then it would be over. But look, here, at least you know it's not as bad as somebody's accusing him of being homophobic. I mean, there's nothing like that to where...
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just handed to me. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So we're talking about the guy who kills people?
Yes, we're talking about Halloween, the character Michael Myers with the mask on. He's being accused of being homophobic for killing a gay couple in the new movie. There's the new movie. He kills the gay couple.
What if he would have been homophobic if he didn't kill them?
No. I don't know that, but
I don't get it.
You don't have to get it because this is the world that some people live in. Look, here's the best part. This isn't you, okay? Everything I'm about to tell you, this is not you. This is the minority of voices who are telling the majority of voices that they're the ones that know exactly what's going on in the country, and you're sitting here and going, no, it's not. We don't think about these things. Michael Myers, the Halloween series villain, is receiving flack for not being the psychopathic killer the world knows him as, but instead of being perceived as a homophobe. The scene sparked criticism because Myers breaks into his childhood home, and I guess in the movie, there's a gay couple that's living there in his childhood home, and what else is he going to do? The whole thing is about doing right. So now he's homophobic because he did that. Sorry, did I need a spoiler alert for the movie? But too bad.
Oh, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So there you go. But that's where we are. All right, I promise that I'm going to get to this Attorney General audio coming up in just a second. In case you missed it, but we got a lot of phone calls. Let's see. First, Moose is in Cape Coral. Moose says the exact number of candy that we need to have for Halloween. Is that right?
Not even close. My wife and I just moved. We live in the Cape, and we live over by the old golf course. But we used to live off of Pelican there, where Pelican Elementary is.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in that area, they should have an app to tell you, the best streets. We had the first year we were there, I got 4 or 5 bags. I was gone in less than an hour. I'm not kidding you. Those streets over there, they take it serious. We've got a few friends that have families up over there. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of kids that just walk down the center of the streets with their families.
Huh.
The moms and dads get dressed up. They got golf carts going around. There's a couple of houses that actually give away free hot dogs to the parents and stuff as they go by.
Wow.
But it's like it was years ago. I mean, if you live up in Northwest Cape, the only candy you're going to give is to the owls or whatever, the burrowing owls.
Yeah.
But
here's what I worry about. And it goes right to what you're saying, Moose, and it's this. Are you ready? Here's what I worry about.
Yeah.
That at Christmas time, there are more stresses at Christmas time for families than there should be because everybody has to get a gift. And you don't have the money to get everybody a gift. And so you tax yourself and you stress yourself and you overcharge and you overspend because you can't go to Uncle Billy's house unless you get him a $20 gift. And then Uncle Billy's married to Uncle Sarah. And if Sarah doesn't get something, but you barely know them. But then they have 10 kids and you got to get something with the kids and so ultimately you put yourself into debt for a holiday that is not about debt and it's not about anything like that. And there's added stress. Now we have Halloween with added stress because you got to have enough candy. And I haven't priced a bag of candy, but I'm imagining with Bidenflation, it's got to be pretty expensive.
I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Halloween, you're pretty wholesome with your family. I think it starts with the gift of life. That right there is number one.
There you go.
And then when it comes to candy at Halloween, I mean, I started off with handsfuls, but you got to go 1 or 2. Again, it depends on where you live.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll just do what we used to do, what they used to do back in the day, and everybody gets a penny.
A penny? Oh, I remember that. And then when I lived in East Fort Myers, we'd stick the penny on the railroad tracks to try and smush them and make them big.
All right, easy. All right, that's enough. All right, Moose, you got to go.
Right.
There he goes. Okay, no railroad track smushing. We're not doing it. All right. Alan's in Naples. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, Jake said he didn't like Halloween Kills. And I was talking to a guy. I was out at dinner, and he's a big, horror movie fan.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him, they're all like putting their hands in their ears because I'm like, well, here's what happens. And so they're like, no, don't tell us. And I go, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Like, if you don't like Halloween movies, then don't watch them. But here's the number one thing I want to tell everybody out there.
Oh, gosh.
It's like I got invited up to the Regal up in North Naples, and to go to see it. I'm like, I don't want to go to the theater. I can get Peacock and watch it for $4.99.
Okay.
So, but the thing about it is,
go ahead.
I told him it's not going to win an Academy Award.
Right.
It's what it is, right?
Right.
So if you don't, I mean, I don't know why. Hey, Jake, why didn't you like it?
I never even watched it. So.
Because he lied about it. There you go. Okay. Thanks, Alan. He never watched it. You caught him. Busted. All right. One more call. Alex has been holding patiently, and he has a legitimate, I'm not saying everybody else that's called so far has been legitimate, but I'm saying Alex has a legitimate concern about this country and some of the things that are going on. And I want to hear from him. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, sir.
What's on your mind?
Well, in my mind is I'm really worried about this country because I come from Cuba, and I know in the way they work, they have too much patience, but they are bringing this country to the communists, to the socialists, and the education system is one of the more important guns they have to fight against us. When I was 11 years old, they bring me to the school in Cuba, like almost everybody, to work. We work in the orange field, in my case. Another kids work in another plantations. We work for a half a day and a half a day in attend classes. And they indoctrinate us in the way they want. I go to my house every 15 days, one weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and then back to the school for another 15 days. So I don't have contact with my family. My family can teach me nothing because I was in the government hands for almost all my life.
So let me get this straight, Alex. So you're saying that when you went to school at 11 years old, they put you to work, then they would teach you school lessons, but you didn't go back home for 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks. And then we come back home for Saturday and Sunday. And when you go home for 2 days, you want to see your friends. And your friends were the same guys that was in the school.
Right.
So you almost don't have a contact with your parents, with your family. And that's the biggest crime, in my opinion, that the Cuban regime do to us, because they teach us what they want to teach us. They change history. Now I find out a lot of stuff when I come to this country. They lie to us, and that's what they want. That's what they want, take down the Lee status. They want to change the history because they need it.
So, Alex, so when you see this, when we're talking about I brought up pre-K a little earlier, when I bring up this universal pre-K and getting kids at a young age into school as quickly as possible, and this is all under the guise of helping parents, because, if you have basically free childcare, and you put it in, and you're going to pay for it anyway, why not give it to the government? And then you're getting pre-K, which is going to be educating those kids. You hear that, and bells go off, sirens go off in your head, and you're like, I know this. This is communism. This is how it starts.
Definitely. They start as soon as possible. Actually, I'm all and out, and when I was in Cuba, it's not a daycare, so they kind of start in pre-K. But when I was in the middle school, I go out. I never come back to my house because I did middle school, high school, and then I go to the university. So I never share my youngest age with my family.
Yeah.
So they do whatever they want. They do whatever they want with us during the youngest days, and you learn whatever they want you to learn. And actually, that was terrible because I know now what happened with the bathrooms for transgender or whatever they want to call.
Yeah.
But in my age, the teacher was young too, 20, 23 years old. I was 11, and that was like nobody land. Teachers with young girls, young boys with female teacher. That was terrible. So they kill society.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
That's what they want to do here.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what they want to do here.
Alex, listen, we've got to run, but I appreciate the call and so glad you're here. And that perspective is an important one. And thank you so much. And God bless you. And listen, you hear it from someone who knows what it looks like. It seems so innocent. It seems like it's not that big a deal. It seems like when someone says we want to pay for your child in pre-K, not only will it be childcare that you don't have to pay for, quote unquote, air quotes, of course you pay for it, but that we're going to give them an education early on. They're going to get a head start. They're going to get the ability to be all that they can be because we're going to educate them. Don't you see the dangers are right in front of your face? When we come back, I know I didn't get a chance to play. I'll play some of the audio from the Attorney General, maybe to start the next hour. But I certainly want to read this article to you in the Bernie Sanders Experiment for America's Children. Listen, Bernie Sanders has his hand, his fingerprints all over this Build Back Better bankruptcy, as some people are calling it. And this part of it, the pre-K program, could be one of the most damaging and dangerous parts, and it's being sold to you as something that is a positive when it's really quite the negative, and I'll explain coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. There she is. It's Therese O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good Thursday morning, off to a clear, crash-free start on our roads across Southwest Florida. All of our overnight construction up and down I-75 is cleared, and we did have some closures out there near MLK Jr. Boulevard. No delays right now, and everything is open, getting on and off of 75. Heading out through Alligator Alley, should have a pretty easy ride if you're taking a trip toward the East Coast this morning. Even on the East Trail, not seeing any major slowdowns out there.
Wink Weather Authority.
A strong cold front pushes through today, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe and windy conditions. 87 for a high today. Thunderstorms starting mainly after 3 p.m., pushing through in a line and clearing our area overnight. Friday featuring a few showers, but will be cooler, less humid, with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole-in-one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them, and you cannot rely on them. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
Rockstar Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax.
Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley at Rockstar Harley. That's every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax now through Sunday at Rockstar Harley.
Throughout the month of October, Jason and Todd at the Diamond District want to offer you 5 years interest-free financing on the largest selection of beautiful fashion diamond jewelry now at the Diamond District. Financing based on approved credit and available on the entire selection of fashionable diamond jewelry.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home, so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty.
What?
They've all gone mad.
Who?
Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Where?
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler.
How?
During Moonlight Madness, Victory Lane's paying overbook value for trades, giving crazy discounts on new Chevys, and they don't scare customers away with insane high-pressure sales tactics.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because, Marty, you do. It's Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get over book value for your trade and save thousands on new Chevys. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys. And current Costco members receive an additional $1,000 off MSRP on most new Chevys in stock. And your credit pass can't haunt you anymore with our goal 100% credit approval. Don't miss Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 10/31/21.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
They don't want to roll up their sleeves. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A day before they're supposed to get a COVID vaccine, firefighters are planning a big protest in New York City, where Fox's Tanya J. Powers is live.
Dave, union officials representing New York City's firefighters say they will rally outside Gracie Mansion, the mayor's residence, in opposition to the vaccine mandate, and they may not be the only ones who show up. Members from other unions and as well as politicians are expected to turn out in support. Last week, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that all city workers are required to have at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine by tomorrow at 5 p.m. About 65% of the city firefighters are vaccinated. Now, today's protest follows one on Monday when thousands marched across the Brooklyn Bridge, partially shutting down traffic. Dave.
Telling you, in 2 hours before leaving for Europe, President Biden will go to the Capitol. And multiple sources tell Fox he'll announce a framework agreement on their social spending plan that Democrats keep negotiating, though that's not finalized, and could lead to a final House vote on the bipartisan infrastructure deal. As for the spending plan that all Republicans oppose,
it looks like Democrats are scrapping a paid family leave proposal as well as a new billionaires tax, as momentum for President Biden's social spending plan seems to be fizzling. He's going to talk to lawmakers in the hopes of getting his agenda over the finish line, but progressives and moderates are still butting heads over the plan and its nearly $2 trillion price tag.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. The president will be going to Rome ahead of a weekend G20 summit of world leaders, followed next week by a global climate change summit in Scotland. There's some tornado damage to clean up in parts of the south and western Louisiana. More than a dozen homes were damaged significantly. Others received minor damage, and there were also severe storms in Texas and Mississippi. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Off to a quiet start to the morning drive across Southwest Florida. No problems up and down I-75 or US 41. All of our overnight construction zones have cleared from 75 and 41, so good to see that out there. And we are crash and incident free right now out across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Starting to see delays picking up along Daniels Parkway between Treeline Avenue and I-75. State Road 82 at Gunnery Road, seeing some slowdowns into Lehigh Acres. Our area bridges, though, all up to speed still at an easy couple minutes in each direction crossing the Caloosahatchee. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's a day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us that chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy. A high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday. And we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you that you better be paying attention to Biden's $3.5 trillion plan. Let me explain why it matters or should matter to you. President Biden's proposed $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill has tremendous impacts on taxes, investment opportunities, banking, and so much more. Key City Capital has a tremendous track record helping our clients grow their wealth by offering strong returns and tax mitigation strategies. Regardless of what this president or any other president does, Key City Capital will always be committed to this mission.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them, and you cannot rely on them. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. Coming up, You know, it's interesting how Matt Gaetz was on the House floor not too long ago talking about how there was a concern that there was somebody who was threatening his life. And those on the Twitterverse, you know, the blue check Twitterverse, those that everybody follows and the whole world revolves around Twitter. It doesn't. We're all like, oh, what is he talking about? He's a criminal and all of these different things. And what about your own problems, Matt Gaetz? And then you come to find out that there was a man that was arrested for doing just that, for threatening to kill Matt Gaetz. And it turns out not only that, but there's another part of the story that's very interesting. You may be surprised to find out where this individual worked. And why would this happen? And why does something like this happen? Threats against individuals. And what did the DOJ do about it? Did the Department of Justice drag their feet, even though there was a voicemail death threat left at Gaetz's office? You be the judge. Actually, you know what? I'll just tell you. Yeah, they did. They dragged their feet. But why? It's interesting how it works. It's interesting how you could look at a situation like that and say, there's no way that politics would be involved in anything like this, right? I mean, if there's a threat against an individual, does it matter if they're a Democrat or Republican? Does a party affiliation matter at all if there is a threat on somebody's life? It's hard to fathom that would actually be the case. And I'm not suggesting that it is the case, but why was it that even Matt Gaetz himself was mentioning the fact that the DOJ had no response, that people were not responding to this legitimate threat? And then they, ultimately they find this person. But why would you drag your feet on that when you have evidence, like a phone call to his office? Well, we'll get to that in just a bit. We're also going to get to this very, very important story. Why is the pre-K program in this Build Back Better debacle bankruptcy program a real danger to the United States? I mean, it is that big of a deal. Pre-K, come on. Free pre-K for kids? How could that be a danger? I'll explain coming up through a Wall Street Journal article that will help to explain as well. Pretty important stuff. But here we have a couple of weeks go by. The National School Board Association sends out a letter calling you domestic terrorists because, you want to make sure that the education of your children is actually happening properly with elected officials who I'm sure are not trying to teach your kids how to be racist with critical race theory applications in schools. I'm sorry. It's not critical race theory anymore. Now it's called diversity, equity, and inclusion. How many times have I told you, everybody, since day one? How many times did I say to you that if you're trying to understand critical race theory and you don't get it, all you have to do is listen for and look for the words diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you hear that in schools, if you hear that in a business atmosphere, if somebody is the head of the diversity, equity, and inclusion division of your school or business, that is critical race theory, everybody. That is the idea of separating us by race, doing something that is so unfathomable right now in this country. But yet there are those, the minority of voices, who are telling you that that's the way it has to be in order to be anti-racist. But that's not how we are as a country. We are not racist as a country. The majority of individuals do not want our kids separated by race, do not want to be taught that our kids need to be looking at the color of somebody's skin and making judgment calls on that individual based on that. But yet that is what school districts want to teach. And when you have a problem with that and you go to the district, maybe it's transgenders in bathrooms, when you have a problem with that and you express that and they don't listen, and then you express it a little louder and they don't listen, and then you really, really have a lot of people showing up and expressing their opinions loudly, and all of a sudden these school board members start to feel like it's a threat because you're raising a voice at individuals who aren't listening to you, that you have the National School Board Association sends a letter to the president and says, listen, we've got to classify them as domestic terrorists, and maybe you should pass this on to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General should look into this. Oh, by the way, an apology for that letter came out, suggesting that the threats and acts of violence at school board meetings might be domestic terrorism. Yeah, that suggestion they shouldn't have made. They admit that there was no, quote, justification for some of the language included in the letter, which could have parents investigated under the Patriot Act for trying to influence what their children are being taught. Quite unbelievable circumstances. So there are a lot of questions for the Attorney General, who is the one who now is stepping up and saying, well, we've got to keep an eye on these domestic terrorists, these threats, these acts of violence. And there are no acts of violence. The threats are just parents who are very, very concerned, speaking loudly. One parent in particular, you remember in Loudoun County, was really concerned about the fact that his daughter was raped in a bathroom by a transgender individual, and the fact that they were pretty upset about it to the point where they get dragged to the ground and arrested. Quite a scene if they would have taken a few minutes to find out about this individual, but they didn't. So now you have on Capitol Hill, you have the Attorney General being grilled by senators asking legitimate questions about where they stand and where he stands with regard to this issue. And it doesn't sound like the Attorney General is giving in very much. You have a very calm Senator Mike Lee, who just has some very basic questions for the Attorney General yesterday. Where are you getting this information? This idea that these parents are domestic terrorists, or that there's even a threat. Where are you getting this info from?
In response to a series of questions before the House Judiciary Committee, including some questions asked by Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio, you were asked your factual predicate for your October 4th memorandum and for your conclusions in this regard. You answered before that committee that your factual predicate for that was the October 22nd memorandum from the National School Board Association. The National School Board Association has been mentioned, has since withdrawn that memo, and yet you said that was the factual predicate. Given that that was the factual predicate and that it's rescinded its memo, saying that there was no justification for some of the language that they used in that letter, will you rescind your memo?
Right, you should do that, right? Doesn't that make sense, Jake? If somebody sends a letter and says that these school board members are domestic terrorists, and then they rescind the letter and they're like, maybe we shouldn't use that word, the domestic terrorism. I mean, maybe that's not what we should have said. If you're the person that is now going to put something into motion to suggest that we've got to encourage local, remember, it's not about a federal police force. It's about the DOJ getting with the sheriff's department and local police departments to kind of encourage them or to look into these acts of violence and threats. When, of course, there is no evidence of those threats or violence, but we'll get to that in just a second. So they rescind the letter. So shouldn't the Attorney General rescind this whole order as well? What's his answer?
Senator, best of my recollection, I said that the impetus for the letter, for my memorandum, was that letter and also reports of this kind of activity.
What reports?
I said, again, that at the time, that they were news reports that had been published, and I think that some of the other senators here have described some of those news reports, and we've certainly seen subsequently more news reports.
Okay, news reports. You getting this? So he's basing it on... So, no, forget the letter now. Forget the letter. It's about news reports. News reports. As a matter of fact, Dick Durbin is like, I could Google and find all kinds of news reports, right?
I went on and just typed in this morning, school board violence on one of the search engines. Page after page is coming up.
Of course, page after page is coming up because you know what the media is doing. Media has stirred this into a frenzy to the point where what do you think Google does? Of course, Google puts all of CNN and MSNBC and the New York Post and the New York Times and the Washington Post and all of these different places. They're drumming up all of these stories of acts of violence, but yet they don't have any evidence, a shred of evidence of acts of violence happening against school board members. But they put it all out there, and of course, if you Google it, you're going to see it. I mean, look at what this article from the Washington Post. I have to see if I can find it. This is the same place where the Attorney General is going to get his information on what is domestic terrorism or what is the acts of threats and violence against school board members. The Washington Post, just the other day, parents claim they have the right to shape their kids' school curriculum. They don't. They don't? That's the Washington Post. So this is the same Washington Post that the Attorney General is getting his information from. Because, you know, if it's a news report, then it has to be factual. If it comes from the Washington Post, oh, you better believe they fact-checked. No, I don't believe that. And there are others that have the same problem with what's going on here. Senator Josh Hawley, who was grilling Attorney General Merrick Garland on the same idea of where you're coming up with these threats of violence. Where's the evidence? What are you doing?
Do you think that a parent who looks at the 13 different federal crimes that your Justice Department has identified they might be subject to and prosecuted for, like making annoying phone calls, do you think that they're going to feel that they're welcome to speak up at a school board meeting? How about this one? They could be prosecuted for using the internet, I guess that would be Facebook, in a way that might cause emotional distress.
Are you catching this? So the 13 things that they put out there, the 13 things that they should investigate you for as a parent, to say that you could be possibly a domestic terrorist act of violence and threats of violence against the school board is a Facebook page about your concerns about the school board. And what was the other one?
That your Justice Department has identified they might be subject to and prosecuted for, like making annoying phone calls.
Making annoying phone calls. You've annoyed us. I don't like that you keep calling. That's an act of domestic terrorism?
To a victim. Is that a crime of violence?
Senator, I haven't seen the memo that you're
Why
talking
haven't
about,
you?
and I don't, even from the description, it doesn't sound like it was addressed to parents. But if you
No, it wasn't addressed to parents. It was addressed to prosecutors. That's the problem. Why haven't you seen the memo?
I don't know why I haven't. I don't look at every. I do not get every memo that every U.S. attorney sends out. But if you're
wait a minute, I just want to be sure I understand this. This is a memorandum that collects 13 different federal crimes parents could be charged with. It has United States Department of Justice on the top of it, and you're telling me you haven't seen it?
Who's the memo from, Senator?
The United States Department of Justice, United States Attorney for the District of Montana.
I have not seen a memo from the District of Montana.
Not high enough priority for you?
Not high enough priority. Right. So you're not going to look at that. Is that what you're saying? A phone call could be considered an act of violence or a threat of violence. I'm not talking about the phone call that was an actual threat against somebody's life, like Matt Gaetz. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your concerns about what a school district is doing. And that somehow is now going to be punishable. You as a federal crime, you as a domestic terrorist. He goes on, let it go.
That's not the question. I don't.
It is the question. Answer my question. Is it not a high enough priority for you when you're threatening parents with 13 different federal crimes? These aren't crimes of violence. You've testified today. You're focused on violence. That's not what your U.S. attorneys, they work for you. That's not what they're saying. You haven't seen it because it's not a high enough priority, or what?
Question of priority. No one has sent me that memo, so I haven't seen it.
What do you mean no one has sent you the memo? You run the United States Department of Justice, do you not?
You run the department. You're the one that wrote the memo about, listen, we got to look for violence and threats and violence and domestic terrorism. You did this. It's your department that did it. How could you say you haven't seen anything?
There are 115,000 employees of the Department of Justice.
Indeed, and you are in charge of every one of them. And this was a sufficiently important case that you issued a memo. You, over your signature, issued a memo involving the FBI and the Department of Justice in local school boards, local school districts. Your U.S. attorneys are now threatening prosecution with 13 different crimes, but it's not a high enough priority for you. It got lost in the mix.
I'll send again. I've never seen that memo.
That's what concerns me, General Garland.
You've never seen this, but yet you made the decision based on what? A letter from the National School Board Association and news reports from Google? Is that what you're saying? That's exactly what's going on here. And Josh Hawley has the same concerns that we all do and how we're being treated as parents. And don't do this. Don't not show up. Don't not show up to school board meetings because you're concerned about this. Again, like we said, you got to double and triple down now. Sorry. You show up. You peacefully show up. If you're going to speak with a louder voice because you're passionate, that's a big difference between a threat and a passionate person who's making a passionate plea to a school board who should be listening to you because you're the ones that put them there. But you're what? You're hurting their feelings? You're making them feel uncomfortable because you're upset because they're not listening to you? Their feelings are hurt? Is that what this is?
Well, all I can conclude from this is either that you're not in control of your own department, or that, more likely, what I think to be the case, is that you knew full well that this is exactly the kind of thing that would happen. When you issued your memo, when you involved the Department of Justice and all of its resources, and the FBI and all of its resources, and local school boards and local school districts, you knew that federal prosecutors would start collecting crimes that they could use against parents. You knew they would advise state and local officials that these are all of the ways parents might be prosecuted. You knew that that was the likely outcome. And that's exactly what's happened.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. You knew it. And just like, boy, it sounds familiar. It's like when we talked to Kash Patel and Amanda Milius when they were here, the plot against the president, the plot of how the whole Russia collusion hoax was put together, and this idea that the FBI would put information out that would feed to news organizations, and they would put that information out, and then the FBI would scoop that information from the news and say, well, this news report is out there, so we've got to follow up on it. And even though they were the ones that started this cycle, it seems like it's happening again. It's the same cycle. That the Attorney General is getting the information from news reports and following up from the news reports that is coming out from his department and from the National School Board Association about the threats and the domestic. It's like the same cycle. Is that what this is? Again, they hate you. This is serious. And we're not going to sit around. We are going to have an election in 22 where this school board will flip. It's going to be changed. It's going to people that represent Southwest Florida, not their own interests, not the interests of the teachers' unions, not the liberal indoctrination and ideology that they have. We're not doing it. We're certainly not doing it here and across the country. People are realizing this. This is going to be a huge, major political issue for 22. There's no doubt about it, along with many others. But the other one that I want to talk about, and I know I ran long on this, and we've got to go, Jake, and I'm sorry about that. But the other one I'm going to talk about is the one coming up. Why is pre-K, universal pre-K, paid by the United States government, by you? Why is this so dangerous? Why is the Bernie Sanders experiment for America's children a dangerous one? Well, I'm going to explain that coming up. You don't want to miss this. It's important. It's coming up next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole-in-one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Rockstar Harley is giving NADA retail value when you trade your bike for a new Harley this week. 100% of all credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley's retail trade value for your bike ends this Sunday.
Folks, it looks like food shortages are here and going to stick around. Supply chains are breaking down. And inflation is back with a vengeance. It's all part of the shortage economy. What used to be unthinkable is now in the headlines. Are you ready? Do you currently have a stockpile of emergency food at home? If not, go to mypatriotsupply.com today, and you'll find an emergency food kit that's right for you and your family. My Patriot Supply is the largest preparedness company in America, serving millions of families like yours. Pick up a 3-month food kit that stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage. The meals in the kit provide over 2,000 delicious calories a day. That's important when you need to survive. Order from mypatriotsupply.com and your food will ship fast in unmarked boxes to protect your privacy. Don't wait for permission or more empty store shelves. Go to mypatriotsupply.com now. mypatriotsupply.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash we're watching blocking a northbound left lane on 41 in Fort Myers near the intersection of Fowler Street and Boy Scout Drive. It's right by Page Field, so expect to see some slowdowns and just be sure to stay to the right north of College Parkway out there through Fort Myers. Otherwise, the rest of the highway nice and clear. Bonita Springs, we have a crash at Imperial Parkway and Dean Street just north of Bonita Beach Road, and heading toward West Terry Street is where you're going to see some slight delays northbound along that stretch of Imperial Parkway. I-75 not seeing any major slowdowns up and down the interstate throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Collier County and Charlotte County, in fact, crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's a day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us a chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy. A high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday. And we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty.
What?
They've all gone mad.
Who?
Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Where?
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler.
How?
During Moonlight Madness, Victory Lane's paying over book value for trades, giving crazy discounts on new Chevys, and they don't scare customers away with insane high-pressure sales tactics.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because, Marty, you do. It's Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get over book value for your trade and save thousands on new Chevys. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys. And current Costco members receive an additional $1,000 off MSRP on most new Chevys in stock. And your credit pass can't haunt you anymore with our goal 100% credit approval. Don't miss Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance. With approved credit on select models, all rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 10/31/21.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, coming up in, 10 more minutes, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, do we have anything? Do you know? I just check and see if we have any amazing prizes for Drew's College today. Don't know. We might. We'll double check. All right, so we're looking at that, and also coming up, the issue of pre-K, and I've teased this enough, so I'm going to get into this story coming up in just a second. Some of the stories, headlines that I'm looking at Even the happiest place on earth hasn't escaped the effects of Bidenflation. Joe Biden did that so you can be guaranteed that it's clear as a bell that
true international average of pressure.
That everything that is going on is definitely a Joe Biden issue. Let's go, Brandon. Should we do that together, Jake? Just so we're clear. Like if I say, "Let's go, Brandon." All right, so Disneyland in Anaheim is hiking the price of admission on most of its tickets, with the most expensive single-day ticket for one park hitting, you ready for this? $164. The prices increase between $5 and $25 for different tickets for the different tickets on offer, or as much as 8.6%. So the ticket prices are skyrocketing now, thanks to Joe Biden. Thanks, Joe. And I wonder, and you know what will happen? Maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, things will start to turn around because, we pray that there'll be a different administration, and maybe there'll be some fiscally responsible individuals who will do something about inflation and something about taxes and something about all the things that are going on right now to get us back to where we were in 2019 and to a really good place. And then those prices will just go down. They'll just drop the prices for no. It's like the government. Once they get the tentacles in there, oh boy, it's tough to get it out. So we have that story. Also, you're getting ready for your Halloween and getting all the candy. We still don't know how much candy we're going to need for each house. Like I talked about earlier, Popular Mechanics came up with a formula to figure out how much candy you should have, because you don't want to run out, because, along with the blood and the gore, there was a time not too long ago, way back when, way back when, back in the, the 70s, the 80s, maybe even the 90s, where, your kids are dressed up as a clown. Now that clown has to have blood squirting out of their eyes and everything else, and then they got to be dragging something else that's got blood and guts all over it. And then in the front of your house, you got to have lots of splatters of different things and stuff coming out of the ground, because, that's just what Halloween is now. Did you know there was a safety, in 1977, Jake, they had a Halloween safety video for safety tips for kids going. I'm not kidding. That's how much times have changed. You don't hear about that anymore, do you? Safety tips for kids going out for Halloween.
Well,
yeah. You want to hear it? Here, no, this is legit. This is a Halloween safety video from 1977. Listen.
This little witch doesn't know it, but she's taking some frightening chances of being hurt, maybe badly hurt. It's a good idea to write your name, address, and phone number on the sack, just in case there is an accident. Whether you buy a costume or design your own, be sure that it's made of flame-retardant material. But there are a few other things you should do before going out. Eat a big dinner. If you go trick-or-treating while you're hungry, you'll be tempted to sample some of your treats while you're out. Make sure you carry a flashlight when you go. The light will not only help you see where you're going in the dark, but it will also make it easier for others, including drivers, to see you.
There you go. Do we do that anymore? It's like, off they go. And then in the middle of the night, at 2 a.m., you'll get a knock on the door. It'll be like, and there'll be like 3 kids, not even kids, 3 people aged like 19 and 20-year-olds with a sheet around them, so they look like they're Pluto from Animal House, and they want candy. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we're hungry. What? I don't have any more candy. That doesn't happen.
My mom always ate all the chocolate.
I would.
She says, I have to check your candy. And then she would check it, and there were no.
Wow.
No
so is
chocolate.
that, she used the line, I have to check your candy, and then she would eat it all?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got left with Smarties.
She left the Smarties, but she ate the chocolate.
Yeah, that's all I wanted was chocolate.
You know what's really interesting about what you just said? I never thought of using that excuse. Your mom's smart. All right, anyway, moving on. All right, this is the important story I wanted to talk about today. Bernie Sanders' experiment for America's children. Taxpayers won't be the only ones hurt by the reconciliation bill's pre-K program. We're constantly hearing today about how there are things that are being taken out of the Biden Build Back Better bankruptcy debacle blunder plan, whatever you want to call it. A lot of things are being taken out of it. We're starting to hear more and more about how it looks as if, you're not getting a lot done with Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. And so there's some good news on that side of the ledger. And it's good to hear. And so you're thinking, well, all right, some things have been taken out. Feeling pretty positive that maybe, possibly, that when we hear that the billionaire tax is going to be out, that Democrats are now nixing plans to include a paid leave program. So there's some positives here. But what's left is quite damaging. And this is so big. And look, I'm about to say some things that are not going to make you happy, that are not going to make you comfortable. But I have to say it anyway because I think it's very important. It's a story from the Wall Street Journal. It's an opinion piece. The COVID era, largely about political class imposing one burden after another on the young for the theoretical benefit of the old, with little effort to conduct serious calculations of risks and costs. Kids who were never in great danger from the virus have been forced into isolation, quarantine, lost education. They go through all of this. And then you hear about what Bernie Sanders has, and of course his hands are in everything when it comes to this Build Back Better bankruptcy blunder. And
this is what you do.
No, it's not. Well, it's what you do if you're a Marxist, a communist. Yeah, this is what you do. So Bernie Sanders preparing to add to the federal debt burden once again by claiming that this new program is for kids, this massive new program. What is it? It's pre-K. Doesn't everybody want pre-K? Listen, you don't have to pay for it anymore. The government is going to pay for it. It's free. It's free childcare. No, it's not free childcare. It's free pre-K because we want to get the kids a big head start in their education. At 4 years old, wouldn't this be important? So not only are you going to be able to hand your kids off to a government-run childcare center, but you're also going to have the benefit of those kids learning, and that's what it's all about. Like everything else in this bill, the highly consequential details remain hidden from the public. Why is this? Why are some of the things in this being hidden? One of them is what they are mentioning about pre-K. Universal pre-kindergarten. They add that according to a source, House Speaker Pelosi told House Democrats on Tuesday that Congress was on the verge of something major. Well, what about this? Has anybody ever taken a moment in time? Have you ever thought to yourself, hey, have we done a study on this? Do kids need to be away from their parents and in government-run education in pre-K? At 4 years of age, 4 years of age? Is this beneficial? Like, is this a good thing? Now, on the surface, you may say, well, of course, we want to get our kids educated early. This is how they're going to have the greatest opportunity to make the most of their lives. But has anybody ever looked at the studies? Because there's two things that are really, really critical. Here's the first one. As for the pre-K plan, a New York Times report accurately described it as part of a progressive dream for the nation's education system. Expanding government is the point. When critics point out disappointing results from various pre-K programs, advocates simply clarify that what they are building is, quote, high-quality pre-K, as if universal government programs are synonymous with high quality. See, you don't understand. This is not childcare. This is about getting kids an education pre-K. And when people are like, hold on a second, we have results, evidence that shows, that proves that this is not good. It's not beneficial. Oh, no, you don't understand. It's like communism. Listen, communism is a great idea. Bernie Sanders will tell you it's a great idea. The problem is that America's never done it. Socialism is awesome. It's just that it's never been done right. America, the ingenuity, we can do it right. It's the same thing. This is what they're telling you. But no, you don't understand. In 2017, the Brookings Institution, which is not a right-leaning organization, assembled a task force of interdisciplinary scientists from various leading research universities to assess state-funded pre-K programs. What did they find out? Convincing evidence on the longer-term impacts of scaled-up pre-K programs on academic outcomes and school progress is sparse, precluding broad conclusions. The evidence that does exist often shows that pre-K induced improvements in learning are detectable during elementary school, but studies also reveal null or negative long-term impacts for some programs. So in other words, what they're saying is this. Early on, when you first get going, you're thinking, oh, wow, this is actually working. The kids that are in pre-K as opposed to the ones that are not in pre-K, you see some early evidence of some results, some improvements. But that later, it becomes negative long-term impacts for some programs. In 2018, Vanderbilt researchers did a study, the first randomized control trial of a state pre-K program. And they said that while pre-K students in the program initially surpassed kids who didn't go to pre-K across a battery of achievements, it didn't hold on very long. During the kindergarten years and thereafter, the control children caught up with the pre-K participants on those tests and generally surpassed them. They were better than later on. Similar results appeared on the third grade state achievement test for the full randomized sample. It goes on, and it's really simple. When the evidence is presented, you come to find out that pre-K is not all it's cracked up to be, that it is not helpful. And then comes the obvious. Are you ready for this? Here it is. And this is the part that people don't like to hear, and this is something that has to be discussed, and it's very simple. As we have more and more scientific examples that are out there that show that pre-K, maybe early on you're starting to see some results, but later on you start to see them get left behind. And you're not allowed to say anything about it or ask about it because all they're going to tell you is that, oh, no, it just wasn't done properly. We'll get it right this time because we're going to have billions upon billions upon billions of dollars to do with this. Another story and another side to this that is the horrific side of it. Maybe it's not horrific, but it's not very good. And it's this. Do you not see that we have a government that would love nothing more than to convince you that your dreams and aspirations can be followed, that you're limitless in the things that you can achieve, the money that you can make? All you have to do is give your kids to us. We'll take care of them. Free. We'll educate them. We'll get them started early in their education. You can go out and chase your dreams. And the fact is that study after study also in this Wall Street Journal opinion showed a couple of things as well. That psychologically, you're taking the kids away from parents and putting them into an environment that they are not familiar with or used to. You're giving your kids to people who are not family members, who are not their parents at a time when it's critical that they grow. Not be stressed out by pre-K education, but quite the contrary, that they should be spending time with their parents, their mother, their father, their home environment without the stresses of having anything more than playtime and socializing and being able to learn from their parents as opposed to something that ultimately could be something that will be funded by the federal government. And if you want free childcare, then you're going to have to make sure that the outcomes are going to have to be specific, just like the outcomes in high schools, just like the outcomes in middle schools. If you don't teach critical race theory or Common Core, then you're not going to get federal funding for your pre-K environment. You're going to have to hit a standard. And what kind of stress that puts on those that are teaching, and what kind of stress does it put on a 4-year-old? It's not good, everybody, but it's great if you want to indoctrinate your kids and get them out of your hands as early as you possibly can, to get them in the hands of a government who would love nothing more than to take away their moral issues that they have with you and your family and your beliefs and your faith, and take them out of your hands and put them into theirs. Because listen, the government is the God. The government is your faith. The government is your belief system. There is no God. The government is your God. There's nothing they would love more than to take those children, your children, out of your hands and into theirs. And that's what this story was talking about. And look, it's hard to hear and it's hard to think about that would be the case. But isn't it obvious that the more that the government can give you to make it easy for you to have kids and then still pursue your dreams, the easier it is for them to take those children and spend more time with them than you get to spend with them. And all the while paying into their tax system to fund all of this. You're funding it. All right, 239-479-5592. I know there's a lot of people that were calling that want to comment on this, so we'll get to that coming up. But we got to do Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Why? Because you've been waiting for it, because I've been on vacation and people have been asking. So we're going to squeeze this in right now. All right, we'll take caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. If you'd like to play Drew's College, we'll have that coming up next. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resnick, president of Resnick Wealth Management and host of the Resnick Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3.
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Go low!
What's the latest on low?
Can you watch TV without coming across yourself?
Believe me, there's a lot. I'm turning that channel. I'm like,
The charming Rob Lowe gives Rach the low down, plus a little puppy love.
Come on, is that cute or what?
Plus, a winner, one-pan chicken dinner.
The only thing that can make that more attractive is bread.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 10 on WXEW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Tariq. Tariq is in Cape Coral. Good morning, Tariq. How are you today?
Good morning, Drew. How are you?
I'm well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, do you know who's in charge of the executive branch? Who the name of the person right now that's in charge of the executive branch of government?
That would be Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe is correct. We can accept Sleepy Joe. We can accept, let's go, Brandon. We could accept any of that. Okay, good. All right, you got an associate's bachelor's degree. Mitt Romney ran for president of the... It was Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan. Remember Paul Ryan? Easily forgettable. I understand. All right, well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who drafted the United States Declaration of Independence? Who drafted it? Was it Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, or James Madison?
That would be James Madison.
No, it's Thomas Jefferson. TJ did it. All right. Well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. I'll give you multiple choice on this one. Where did the United States Senate first meet before moving to Philly and then going to Washington, D.C.? The first United States Senate, they met someplace other than Washington, D.C. at the beginning. Was it Trenton, New York City, or Baltimore?
New York City.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, there you go. So, look, you came back strong.
Yeah.
Oh, don't. Oh, no, dude, we just ruined it. We ruined your day.
No, not at all. Thanks,
Okay.
Drew.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening. And, call anytime. 239-479-5592. Drew's College of Political Knowledge every day at this time. So that he's sad. He sounded sad. All right. All the more reason to call back another day and get ready to play. Stay break 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and a fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
They're working out a deal. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News. President Biden will go to the Capitol in an hour, expected to announce a framework agreement on the Democrats' social spending plan, which could then trigger a vote tonight or tomorrow on the bipartisan infrastructure bill progressives demand to be approved in tandem with the spending bill.
There was a last-minute push from the White House to get this done. We know that there's going to be a framework released, multiple sources saying that it's expected to land somewhere between $1.75 and $1.9 trillion. That is what congressional Democrats were told to expect the last time they spoke with the president. But this came together at the last minute. Some of the programs and the pay-fors were undergoing multiple iterations, really undergoing surgery as recently as just last night.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. All Republicans oppose the spending and tax hikes to fund it. House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy tells Fox it still might not come together.
They're going to walk out demoralized, fighting among themselves because their policies are wrong.
All this before the president leaves today for Europe for a G20 summit of world leaders in Rome, then a climate change summit next week in Scotland. They've picked a jury, so a trial gets underway today in Charlottesville, Virginia, 4 years after a Unite the Right rally turned violent and deadly. Fox's Zebin Brown is on the case live.
Yeah, Dave, it's a federal lawsuit accusing 24 defendants of conspiring to violate rights of peaceful counter-protesters who showed up to the 2017 Unite the Right rally that turned into chaos, resulting in violence against non-whites and Jews and the death of Heather Heyer. One avowed neo-Nazi has already been convicted and sentenced to life in prison for her killing. The suit today is brought by a number of people injured in the rally and says the organizers planned it all on the internet network Discord, Dave.
Eben firefighters will protest along with municipal workers in New York City. today against a looming COVID vaccine mandate. If they don't get a shot by tomorrow, they'll be put on unpaid leave. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. I-75 southbound backed up through most of Lee County right now. We have delays southbound through Colonial Boulevard, also farther south toward Alico Road and heading through Bonita Springs. There is a crash at mile marker 117 southbound off on the left-hand shoulder. Not blocking any traffic, but watch out for some of the delays approaching that crash scene. And another crash southbound on 75 at the Charlotte-Lee County line, mile marker 149, also off to the right-hand shoulder, and no major delays there. In Bonita Springs, we have a crash also at Dean Street and Imperial Parkway with some slowdowns in both directions, heading from Bonita Beach Road through Dean Street. Crash in Estero off to the side at Corkscrew Road and 41. Watch out for some slight delays also at Imperial Parkway and Bonita Beach Road with possible injuries and roadblock in that crash in Bonita. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's the day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us that chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy, a high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday, and we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I'd like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, CLS3E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Is it weird that a Kentucky mayor got a lap dance from a male high school student during a man pageant at a school assembly? That's not strange, is it? Right?
What did you just say?
Yeah. Do I need to repeat this?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Coming up, the story of how a Kentucky mayor got a lap dance from a male high school student during a man pageant at a school assembly. That's right. Forget about the reading, writing, arithmetic. Forget about you showing up at your school board complaining about what's going on in schools. You shouldn't be doing that because everything is fine, except in Hazard, Kentucky, where the mayor was there, who also happened to be the principal of the high school, was seen receiving a lap dance from a scantily clad male high school student during a man pageant at a school assembly. One was in a dress, one of the boys in a dress, and then was grinding up. It's I can't even. And there's pictures of it. They put it up on a Facebook page so everybody can see. It's
Oh, they sure did, didn't they?
yeah, nothing to see here. Just move along. You are listen, you domestic terrorists, just sit this one out. We've got this under control. Everything is fine. But Drew, it's not happening in Lee County. It's not Collier County. It's not happening here in Southwest Florida. Why are you bringing this kind of stuff up? 239-479-5592. We'll get to that story coming up. We just, look, everything is fine. There's nothing to see here. None of the issues that you're starting to hear and the things that are going on in other places around the country would ever make it to Southwest Florida. No. Because when you've got rock-solid school board members who would never allow for something like that to happen because it's all about education, educating our kids, never would the social issues be part of anything that's happening here in town, right? Right? Right?
Not a joke.
Not a joke. Hey, speaking of not a joke, the president of the United States, who's on his way to Rome, right? Isn't that where he's going right now? He's on a plane, and he's on his way to Rome. I guess is he going to talk to the Pope? Word is he might meet with the Pope, and I wonder if he's going to talk about abortion with the Pope. Or we wouldn't do that, right? I mean, no, never mind. Jen Psaki had a couple of things to say about his trip. We're going to get to in just a second. But he was campaigning in Virginia for the soon-to-be race that's happening in just a couple of days. You've got Terry McAuliffe, who is somebody who definitely positively believes that your kids are not yours when it comes to education. It's the government that really has got control of your kids. Stay out of the way. Stay out of everything. Trump. Yeah, it's all Trump's fault. So here's the president of the United States who happened to be at a rally there with Terry McAuliffe, the Democrat, and some people wanted to see and hear from Trump, didn't they? Listen to the background. Listen.
That's all right. Let him go. Let him go. That's okay.
Can you hear this?
That's all right. Why don't you hang out and talk to me after this is over, okay?
So they're chanting in the background, "We want Trump. We want Trump." And he's like, "Yeah, see me after class. See me afterwards." Okay. So, yeah. So there you go. So you've got that issue that's going on. You have a Minnesota school board that's prohibiting parents from criticizing individual school officials, and you're not allowed to have public comment unless you're giving your home address and phone number, which is pretty interesting there as well. So we've got that story. And then some of what Jen Psaki had to say yesterday as well with regard to a couple of different things that are going on. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, did she say that the reason why, I just want to get this straight. I got to play this audio and just double check because this can't be right. Did she say that the reason why we have the issues of supply chain is because of the fact that you're buying too much? Wait, I just got to get this straight. Let me just hold on.
What's your message to Americans who are still so worried about getting their Christmas gifts on time? Halloween, is this going to be happening at a fast enough pace?
Well, I think our message is that, one, what's happening right now, and I wish I had the chart, but we'll give it to all of you afterwards, is that so many people across the country are purchasing more goods online. Maybe some of it is from habits that developed during the pandemic when people weren't leaving their homes. Some of it is because we've seen an economic recovery that has been underway for the last 9 months, where 5 million more people are working. The unemployment rate has been cut in half. And that is leading to a massive increase in volume. That's what's happening at ports. But what we would tell people is we are addressing and attacking the supply chain issues, even with the increased volume, which is the root cause here.
I can't do it. Congressman Byron Donalds is joining us right now on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I wonder if he just heard that from Jen Psaki, who is saying that, listen, the economy is rolling along, it's humming along, and the reason why we have these issues, supply chain issues, and the possibility of a Thanksgiving and a Christmas with gifts and things that may not be on your table is because you're spending too much, you're buying too much, you're doing too much. Good morning, Congressman. How are you?
Morning, Drew. Yeah, I heard that. It's just so stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even going to try to give like a nice political phrase, a good response that you would have on, State of the Union. It's just a dumb statement.
Yeah.
The whole reason our economy works is because people want to voluntarily exchange their value for goods that they want. The way we monetize value in the modern world is money. Like, that's basically how it is. And really it speaks to the true issue. The true issue is that there is value that people have not earned that is chasing products in our economy. And when you do that, also at the same time, you have people not actually producing product because they're not earning, which means they're not doing something to earn. You have price inflation, and you have clogged up supply chain issues. That's the root cause. I love that this administration loves looking for root causes that they never actually go look for. Yeah. They just like to say they're doing it. Yeah. It's nuts, man.
It's crazy, especially when the market place is trying to compete against the government for workers. It's an outrage, and the funny part of all of this, the sad part of all of it as well, is that if you even look at the state of Florida, boy, you can see the success and the opportunity that is here. And how things should be working. And it just makes it even more apparent how dysfunctional everything right now is in what's going on in D.C.
No, it absolutely is. I mean, look, Florida is leading the way. The red states, we were taking a look at data charts on economic output the other day. The red states are far outpacing the blue states. Frankly, the red states are the reason why we're not in a recession.
Yeah.
Let's just be very blunt about this. I know only the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the other statistical departments are the ones that can call recessions. But if it wasn't for the red states, we would be in a recession right now. And it doesn't have to be this way. That's what's most frustrating, I think, not just to Republicans, but I think independent voters, even Democrat voters, but they won't say it publicly. They talk about it quietly amongst themselves and with other friends and family. That's what's most frustrating, because none of this, it doesn't have to happen. I was meeting with a chamber group out of Utah for Congressman Burgess Owens. He had his Chamber of Congress in from the state of Utah. And we were just talking about the economy. And I was like, our economy is a living and breathing organism. I know that's what Woodrow Wilson wanted the federal government to be, and unfortunately he got his wish. But the economy is the living and breathing organism. And when you squeeze one end of the economy, the rest of the economy feels it. There is no such thing as, we're just going to tax the rich, or we're going to build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, or whatever the heck the left likes to say. Right. It doesn't make any sense. You build an economy for everybody to thrive and succeed. You create the rules for everybody to thrive and succeed. You don't choke off portions of it because you think that's going to make things better, because you choke any living and breathing organism, you're going to have problems. Drew, it's like putting a tourniquet on your leg, but you weren't shot. So what you're going to do is you're going to mess up the blood flow in your entire body if you do that.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. They put a tourniquet on our leg, and they're wondering why we have problems.
Yeah. And it just continues. I'm looking more and more at this reconciliation, this Build Back Better, everything, infrastructure, all of it, and what's going on in the latest. And again, maybe you can articulate this once again for everybody, how important it is to not focus on the cost. Here we go. They're trying to drop the cost. They're making it sound like, listen, we've got it down to what, 1.75 trillion now, or whatever they're saying that they're getting it down, taking out certain aspects of this bill, and that it's going to be manageable now. I mean, all the things, no more paid leave programs in there, no more, what is it, taxing of the billionaires and the like, and we'll take all these things out. But again, you're not focusing on the fundamental issue here, which is it's going to change everything that we know fundamentally. Still, without all of this, fundamentally changing. It's making it's Bernie Sanders' dream come true.
You're absolutely right. What they've gotten rid of now is paid family medical leave. If you believe the news reports, that's out. I believe community college is out.
Yeah.
But daycare is still in. The enhanced child tax credit is still in. And for the people who are listening who are like, but, I have kids and I need help, you need to understand this. What they're doing is they're giving you the cash payments up front. But when you go file your taxes, you're going to have to pay that money back. This is the circular logic of what they're trying to do. They're trying to front load that. But when we look at what CBO is saying, CBO is telling us that it's going to cost us $72 billion a year just to do the child tax credit. That's what we're already hearing right now. The other part about that piece of that proposal is there's no Social Security checks. It's basically on the honor system. So anybody can get it if you can demonstrate you have children. This is how ridiculous that policy is. Right. But, Drew, again, what they're trying to do is get these programs started so that what happens is Congress every single year or every other year will have to vote about whether we're going to continue them or not. And you'll be focused on that instead of, reforming the federal budget process, actually getting our spending in order, trying to find ways to maintain the entitlement programs while also reforming them so they can be solvent in the years going ahead and they don't damage our country fiscally long term. Obviously, border issues, that never gets talked about up here on Capitol Hill. I think today I'm in a hearing. We're talking about how the oil companies are basically blocking the climate change agenda. That's a committee hearing in Washington, D.C. today.
That they're blocking the climate change agenda? Because I know that's another thing that Jen Psaki was talking about, how I heard, and maybe I can even play a clip of this, which is it's outrageous when she's talking about the president's trip and talking, going overseas and talking to other countries. And I want to play this for you because, and again, for everybody to hear what is going on right now. I hear a lot about what we should be doing based on what other countries are telling us that we should be doing, as opposed to what we should be doing based on our country, our people, and our situation. I mean, listen to this.
Well, he's said since that time that it's certainly his preference. Of course, he would love to head on his trip with a deal. But I think our national security advisor yesterday also addressed this question several times and made clear that what world leaders are looking at, and through his conversations with his counterparts, they're looking at the president's commitment to making a historic investment in addressing the climate crisis, to addressing some of the overdue infrastructure issues that we have in the United States that have made us less competitive, to making the global minimum tax.
Global minimum tax. This is what he's going over there to talk about.
Listen, we should not be listening to any other country of the world.
Right.
You know how ridiculous this is? All this talk about is climate change and what the United States needs to do. We have actually decreased our carbon emissions more than any other developed nation in the world over the last 2 decades. The country that is the worst polluter is not going to Scotland. That's China. Yep. They're not going. They're not signing up for any deal. They're not trying to, quote unquote, lead the world. Well, they are trying to lead the world, but not with this ridiculous nonsense. The Chinese are interested in one thing, being the dominant economic power, being the dominant military power. And if Joe Biden and his administration have their way, that is exactly what will happen.
Yep.
Because if you cut off our energy infrastructure, if you slow us down from an energy perspective, we are going to lose ground to the Chinese. Everybody knows this. We even talk about that up here on Capitol Hill. But this administration and their political acolytes, they're committed to this agenda that we have to, quote unquote, change our energy infrastructure in order for America to be a better nation. Like, this will lead us down as a country. It will not lead us forward. It will not lead the world forward.
Yeah. Hey, and last before we go, I really need to hear your thoughts on and your concerns and how many people are talking about what's going on our southern border. We hear about these caravans coming up. We hear about the tens of thousands. They're not going to stop. I wonder how much talk is there on Capitol Hill about this, because you want to talk about something that a lot of people that I talk to are concerned about right now with this, because they don't see any end in sight and they don't see anybody stopping this from happening.
No, nobody's talking about that here. They don't want to talk about this. I'm telling you, Drew, the Democrats don't talk about it at all. They're not even talking about immigration reform because they know they would never get it. We talk about it on the Republican side of the aisle. The media does not care. The Democrats do not care. The caravans are going to continue to come. They're blowing through checkpoints in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
All this would stop if we enforced our laws and we didn't give people asylum claims at the southern border. That is why this is happening, because we are processing asylum claims at an illegal point of entry, which is in violation of federal law. But because the Supreme Court back in 2013 or so gave the President of the United States plenary power, we're stuck in this quagmire. And it's disgusting. And what happens, frankly, is children are being trafficked by the cartel. Young girls are being sold into sex slavery by the cartel, because the cartel is going to make billions of dollars based on illegal immigration, and the Democrats don't really care about that. Only thing they care about is their agenda.
Yeah. Congressman Byron Donald is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, my friend, I appreciate you. I appreciate a few minutes of your time. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon, okay?
All right, take it easy, Drew.
All right, see you. Yeah, it's shocking. There was a story out, man, I'm trying to remember how long ago it was. And I think it was The Atlantic, of all places. And you know what they were talking about? He's talking about the kind of child sex trafficking that's going on along the southern border. It's true. It's a reality. As a matter of fact, there was something, I think it was Griff Jenkins was talking about the fact that this latest, I think there were 7,000 or 8,000 that are making their way through right now, heading to the southern border. About 1,200 of them are kids. 1,200 out of like 7,000. But there was a story in The Atlantic, and I know we got to go to break, but I'm just trying to make this point. And they were talking about how the drugs that are being trafficked over right now, and they were making the comparison to what is happening with a lot of what we're seeing on the streets, and the homeless on the streets, and those that are using drugs on the street, and how we're seeing things that we've never seen before. Jake, when we're talking about these videos that you see, these crazy videos of people on the streets of major metropolitan cities, and you see these individuals that are doing things like you've never seen before. They're just acting like it's just crazy. The way these drugs are reacting with people, and it's because apparently what has happened is, and according to this article in The Atlantic, and I'm paraphrasing, that the drugs have changed because, methamphetamines and what is on the streets right now is not, for lack of a better way of putting it, the meth from the past. Because the ingredients are so hard for these traffickers to get, and for those that are, these cartels that are creating these drugs, they're using ingredients that are different from what they would use otherwise, to the detriment of those that are using it. And the psychotic situations and things that are happening to individuals who are taking them on the streets of America, which they don't even realize, what is happening and who is providing it and how they're creating it, is creating a situation where, as they were describing it, and again, I'm paraphrasing, where they were saying where you would have somebody who would be using something like meth for a certain period of time where they would have this particular reaction to it, has now changed to the point where if you were looking at something that would change their brain over a matter of years, now the way these drugs are created is changing them in a matter of months, weeks in some cases, to where you get these horrible reactions and situations that we are seeing on the streets of major metropolitan cities. You've seen the videos of people and the way they're reacting and how they're acting. It's like, what is going on here? What are they doing? And even how some people have been, I'm looking at the time. I know we've got to go, but that's a story for another day. It's pretty deep. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
Rockstar Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax.
Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley at Rockstar Harley. That's every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax now through Sunday at Rockstar Harley.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3. And
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Go low!
What's the latest on Low?
Can you watch TV without coming across yourself?
Believe me, there's a lot. I'm turning that channel. I'm like,
The charming Rob Lowe gives Rach the lowdown, plus a little puppy love.
come on, is that cute or what?
Plus, a winner, one-pan chicken dinner.
The only thing that can make that more attractive is bread.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 10 on WXCW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Seems like everything is overpriced these days, right? It's called market inflation. Hey, Aaron Walker here at Naples Nissan with some suggestions to help you take some air out of that inflation. Current gas prices? Ouch. Regular service checkups and maintenance will help you get better gas mileage. Get a free 20-minute checkup at Naples Nissan. All makes and models are welcome. Plus, get our $99 Inflation Fighter Alignment Special. Naples Nissan rents cars. Choose from over 100 rentals with rates starting at just $49 per day. Or get our Inflation Fighter Rental Special and pay just $9.99 for an entire month. And of course, you can still get the original base MSRP for your trade-in. If it's a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, then whatever it was worth when it was brand new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Come see us on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. See dealer for details.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds hand-picks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. I-75 southbound backed up through most of Lee County right now. We have delays southbound through Colonial Boulevard, also farther south toward Alico Road and heading through Bonita Springs. There is a crash at mile marker 117 southbound off on the left-hand shoulder, not blocking any traffic, but watch out for some of the delays approaching that crash scene. And another crash southbound on 75 at the Charlotte-Lee County line, mile marker 149, also off to the right-hand shoulder, and no major delays there. In Bonita Springs, we have a crash also at Dean Street and Imperial Parkway with some slowdowns in both directions, heading from Bonita Beach Road through Dean Street. Crash in Estero off to the side at Corkscrew Road and 41. Watch out for some slight delays also at Imperial Parkway and Bonita Beach Road with possible injuries and roadblock in that crash in Bonita. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, today's the day that a strong cold front pushes through the area, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe, along with windy weather. Temperatures pushed near 87 degrees with that front set to push through after about 3 p.m. this afternoon, bringing us that chance for storms late this afternoon and into this evening. As we enter your Friday, cooler, less humid, but still windy. A high of 84 degrees for tomorrow with a few showers, even a little bit cooler with highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s for your Saturday. And we keep with that chance for a few showers and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with the most important radio ad I've ever recorded. My message is this: taking back the White House is important, and regaining our majority in the U.S. House and Senate are critical. But the most important vote you will ever cast is for your local school board members. The Lee County School Board has been hijacked by progressive radicals. They get elected because in Florida, school board candidates are allowed to hide their party affiliation from voters. This is wrong, and I've filed a bill that will allow voters to know the party affiliation of every school board candidate on the ballot. Let's put an end to liberal Democrats sneaking into office in our conservative community. This is Spencer Roach, and my top priority is to send these radicals packing. I believe that parents, not government, know what's best for their children, and I will use all the powers of my office to defend your rights. Remember this: it's your school board and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Throughout the month of October, Jason and Todd at the Diamond District want to offer you 5 years interest-free financing on the largest selection of beautiful fashion diamond jewelry now at the Diamond District. Financing based on approved credit and available on the entire selection of fashionable diamond jewelry.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now, 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777, and move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777, 317-7777, or online at fortmyersmensclinic.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
The right window can be the difference between minor damage to your home and catastrophe. Most windows and doors are not a match for hurricane winds and windborne debris. Harsh weather meet your match. CGI's Element Shield Impact Doors and Windows, available at Lowe's. The innovation and attention to excellence in CGI's Element Shield provides you with the comfort of knowing you have high-performing, impact-resistant windows that withstand nature's worst, and also deters intruders and keeps loud noises out. CGI's Element Shield impact-resistant doors and windows come in a variety of sizes and designs, which you can customize to match the style of your home. The right window can help protect your loved ones. The right window can save you on your home insurance. The right window increases resale value to your home. For 24/7 protection for your home, invest in the right window. CGI's Element Shield Impact, available only at Lowe's. Visit CGIatlowes.com today. That's CGIatlowes.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, it is time right now. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, by the way, for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
What we must also recognize is that the reduction in policing currently in our city and the lawlessness that is happening is due to 2 things. One, the police have chosen to not fulfill their oath of office and to provide the public safety they are owed to the citizens they serve.
Okay, wait, I just got to get this straight. That's Ilhan Omar, who is accusing police of not fulfilling their oath of office, also blamed them for the rise in violent crime in Minneapolis. One of the chief advocates, one of the biggest voices out there for disbanding the police department in Minneapolis and replacing it with public safety agencies. And she's... What?
Number 4. Each speaker is asked to state his or her name and address for the record. Failure to do so will result in an individual not being allowed to speak. John, can you give us your name and address, please?
My name is John Wickland. I live in Mankato.
Could I get your address, please, John?
I'd rather not, since you guys
Don't
have
give
it
your
already.
address, you can't speak.
And I get so much property damage and eggs and everything else from fun people and their friends.
John,
happening to be on
you
the
need to
school
give your address.
All right, I live on 5th Street.
Excuse me?
I live on 5th Street.
House number?
Yeah, so ultimately, there you go. A Minnesota school board prohibiting parents from criticizing individual school officials and forces public commenters to reveal their home address, even though they said, I don't want to because I'm being doxxed, because I'm getting eggs thrown at my house and damage to my house, and they made them give the address of their homes. So now we have, school board members that are doxing individuals who dare speak out against it? Is that where we're going now?
Number 3.
And so we live in an Orwellian time in which the powers that be want to tell us that up is down and left is right. And when a society like ours is veering away from the truth like we are, those who stand up and tell the truth will face fire. That type of society goes after the truth tellers more than anything because they understand those who speak the truth represent a threat to their power. So in times like these, there is no substitute for courage. Courage in the face of a dishonest press. Courage to stare down things like cancel culture. Courage to speak up for those in America many of whom don't have a voice.
There you go. The voice of the governor of the great state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, who was in Washington, D.C. at a Republican dinner on Tuesday night, telling spineless Republican politicians to get on the train or get out of the way. And courage. We need courage, everybody, and to not fear cancel culture and the like. Like I say, the minority of voices are not the ones that speak for the majority. They just don't.
Number 2.
So many people across the country are purchasing more goods online. Maybe some of it is from habits that developed during the pandemic when people weren't leaving their homes. Some of it is because we've seen an economic recovery that has been underway for the last 9 months.
Okay. Oh, there's an economic recovery underway, everybody, for the last 9 months, and you're buying too much stuff. Jen Psaki, when asked about why we have these supply chain issues, it's you. You're the problem. Stop buying stuff. Jake, stop buying stuff. When you go and you get your pickled eggs at the gas station, you buy the whole jar. Don't. Just buy 1 or 2. You got to lay off the pickled eggs.
Number 1.
Your son-in-law makes a very substantial sum of money from a company involved in the teaching of critical race theory. Did you seek and receive a decision from an ethics advisor at the Department of Justice before you carried out an action that would have a predictable financial benefit to your son-in-law?
This memorandum is aimed at violence and threats.
I just asked a question. Did you seek an ethics opinion?
It has no predictable
effect. Did you seek an ethics opinion?
It has no
Did you seek an ethics opinion? Judge, you know how to ask questions and answer them. Did you seek an ethics opinion?
You asked me whether I sought an ethics opinion about something that would have a predictable effect on something. This has no predictable effect in the way that you're talking about.
So if critical race theory is taught in more schools, does your son-in-law make more money?
This memo has nothing.
If critical race theory is taught in more schools, does your son-in-law make more money? Yes or no?
This memorandum has nothing to do with critical race theory.
Will you answer
or
if you
any
sought an
other
ethics
kind
opinion?
of curriculum?
Yeah, he can't answer the question because his son-in-law does work for a company and has a company that does sell books that teach critical race theory to districts all across the country and stand to make money from critical race theory. But that's Ted Cruz going after Attorney General Merrick Garland, getting him to admit that he did not verify not only threats that led to the memo, but also that the fact that, listen, he benefits from critical race theory and the teaching of that in schools. The very issue that parents are going to school board meetings and have an issue with.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
But doesn't that stand to reason that if an attorney general is calling you a domestic terrorist because you're showing up at a school board meeting and you have an issue with critical race theory being taught in schools, but his son-in-law is going to make a ton of money if it's being taught in schools, that there might be a conflict of interest here. But no, there's nothing to see here because they say so and because they hate you and because it doesn't make a difference. They don't want you talking about this kind of stuff. They want to label you as domestic terrorists, even though the National School Board Association is like, we kind of have to back away from that. Maybe we shouldn't have used those words, but they did. So again, don't be fooled by what is. And unfortunately, we have that issue that continues with the parents of students being the ones who get to make the decisions. This is not rocket science. 239-479-5592. And it's one of those that... it's like he follows me. I'm back one day. I'm back from vacation. And all right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. It's Joe Biden. Hello, Mr. President.
Hey, always good to be on with Ron Popeil on the 92 Foxy Lady, man.
What are you talking about?
92.
It's not Ron Popeil. Ron Popeil isn't even alive. You're going to get it right sometime.
What are you talking?
All
No, I
right.
got it right.
No, all right. Anyway, let's move.
Right all along.
Yeah, no, you were not right along about. All right, let's move on. All right. So, hey, you got a poll. It's not good news for you, sir. New Hampshire, the first primary state, 37%, only 37% of likely Democrat voters would vote for you. And in the 24 primary were held today. It's a drop of like 12 points. It's not really good. They asked that question back in July. So you're the leader of the Democrat Party. So how does that make you feel there, sir? What do you think about this?
But boy, can you imagine if gas and food and the lumber prices fell as fast as my approval rating thing did?
Yeah.
We'd have a real winner chicken dinner, Jack.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Hey, listen, so you're on a plane heading overseas. You're going to meet with Pope Francis right at the Vatican. You looking forward to the conversation? Or?
Oh, you better believe I am, man. And boy, does he go by a lot of names or what? He goes by a lot of names. I mean, you can call him the Pope, the Pontiac, the Bishop of the Romulans. It's hard to keep up with all the names, man.
I don't know.
Lots of names.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But the Pope one you got right, at least.
The first time, Lou, I met the Pope, I couldn't even believe it because he's my hero. You see, I'm a lifelong Catholic.
Yeah.
I was like meeting Babe Ruth if he was standing there in a dress and a pastry chef's hat.
All right, moving on. All right, so some people may already know this, but they've played Drew's College of Political Knowledge. You'd be the second Catholic U.S. president to ever hold the audience with the Pope. You know that, right?
That's right, man. You win the tickets. Hey, the first one was John F. Kennedy. Remember him?
Yeah, I do.
With the Marilyn Monroe thing?
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, not many people know this, but JFK, that first meeting with the Pope, and he was in the confessional booth for over 4 hours. That's a lot of Hail Marys, man.
All right, moving on. Okay, switching up topics. Halloween's coming up, sir. What's going on with that Sunday? You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I love it with the grandkids. Halloween's a great time.
Yeah.
We go out and sing carols, and people ring the doorbells, and you sing Silent Night and everything. But this is going to be the scariest one you ever. I'm dressing up this year.
Oh yeah.
I'm not messing around. Look, people are going to run and hide when they see my costume.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm wearing a cowboy hat with a cowboy shirt and a chaps. And a 6-shooter with an Alec Baldwin mask.
Oh, all right, maybe that's a little too. Yeah, maybe that's a little too scary.
Too soon?
Yeah. You maybe. Wait, hold on a second. Jake's saying, "What's going on?" All right, wait, hold on a second. Somebody.
What are you talking about?
Somebody. Well, wait a minute. Somebody else
in the middle of my intervention, man.
All right, hold on with your intervention. Somebody else is calling on the other line. Who is this? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Drew.
Hey.
Miss me yet?
Yes.
Hey, did you know Sleepy Joe is so incompetent?
Well, first of all, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, okay.
So Sleepy Joe is so incompetent.
Okay. How incompetent is he?
Hey, come on, man. I'm still listening on the phone thing here.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Sleepy Joe is so incompetent.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter sent him a thank you note for making him look so good.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, shut up, man.
All right. Good morning, former President Trump.
Drew,
Yeah.
I am amazed at how much patience you have listening to the Sleepy Joe answer your question.
Yeah.
You realize that you're talking to a guy whose Secret Service code name is Liver Spot, right?
I didn't know that.
Man, come on. I'll shut up when you stop acting so senile.
Yeah.
Okay, Drew.
Yeah.
Did you know Sleepy Joe is so senile?
Yeah.
He actually bought one of Hunter's paintings.
Is that right?
I'm just trying to help him out.
Yeah, all right. So how about this? The President Biden just brought up the Alec Baldwin thing. Do you have a comment on that story? Or?
When I heard this news, I was shocked, just like everybody. Absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin still makes movies? That's crazy.
I didn't know that either. That's true.
What year is this? 1995? Are they married to the mob, or what's going on? No one wants to see him in pictures, okay? Get him out of the movies. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Now, if it was Stephen Baldwin, that would make great sense.
Yeah.
Put him in a movie with Scott Baio, you got yourself some guaranteed box office gold.
It could be. It could be, but
it could happen.
But this whole Baldwin thing, I mean, it's pretty surprising.
You know, it was surprising. Very upsetting, too.
Yeah.
Very upsetting. In fact, I heard his wife, Hilaria, she was so upset, she actually started cursing in English. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Until now. I thought the only thing Alec Baldwin was guilty of shooting off was his mouth.
I know. I agree with you. That's true.
It's kind of sad. I mean, I remember the good old days when Alec used to just beat the crap out of guys for stealing his parking spaces in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Those were simpler times, Drew.
Yeah, they were.
Simpler times.
Yep.
I miss them.
Yep.
But things might turn out okay for Alec. Now that his acting career is clearly over with, he could probably move on, right into becoming a gangster rapper. Yeah, we could call him OTB. Old talentless bastard.
All right, we got to wrap things up, sir. That's it. Thanks so much.
That was pretty funny. I got to give him props there, man.
You used the word props. Okay. Yeah, and Mr. President Biden, good luck in Europe with your trip there.
Yeah, you're going to need it, Bigly Joe. Shut up, Donald. Hey, Drew, did you know that Sleepy Joe has got his eye on a different running mate in 2024 if he actually runs? Did you hear about this?
No, he's really?
That's not true, man.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Who? What?
You know who he's going to get?
No.
The nice young man at the White House who cuts his food. Oh, will you shut up, man? Stay huge, Drew.
Very nice. Okay. Okay, goodbye, everybody. There they go. The president and the former president of these United States. God, sorry, that is pretty funny. The guy that cuts his food. Oh, boy. All right, we got to go, right? That's it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. I mean, the call and everything. All right, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up for today with Week News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
A strong cold front pushes through today, bringing us rain, thunderstorms, some of which could become severe and windy conditions.